In the world of compliance, the biggest challenge isn't a lack of information, it's an overwhelming flood of it. Staying ahead of regulatory change feels impossible when you're bombarded with thousands of updates, most of which have zero relevance to your operations. Today, I'm going to explain why traditional monitoring fails and walk you through a new intelligent approach that filters the signal from the noise so you can focus only on what matters. Let's start by understanding the core of the problem. The compliance industry is built on information. New laws, amended regulations, policy guidance, and enforcement actions are published constantly across hundreds of jurisdictions. For a global company, this means tracking a fire hose of data from government websites, regulatory bodies, and legal databases. At quarantadue.ai, every MCP workflow starts from the real tool interface, not from a generic prompt. The goal is simple. Keep the expert in control while the system structures the evidence. Inputs, reasoning, and outputs stay connected in one reviewable flow. Now the results become easier to compare, easier to review, and easier to explain. The traditional solution is to subscribe to broad monitoring services that send you everything. This creates a massive burden. Your team spends more time reading and discarding information than actually managing compliance. The risk is twofold. You waste precious resources, and critical updates can get lost in the deluge, leading to missed deadlines and compliance gaps. Generic tools fail because they treat all businesses the same. They don't understand your specific footprint, your products, or your unique obligations. So how do we solve this? The technical method is centered on precision filtering through contextual AI. Instead of just keyword matching, the system builds a dynamic model of your organization. It ingests and understands your operational profile, your physical locations, the industries you operate in, the products you sell, and your existing compliance framework. This model becomes the lens through which all incoming regulatory data is viewed. The key concept here is relevance scoring. Every new update is analyzed not just for its content, but for its contextual alignment with your profile. Does this environmental regulation apply to your manufacturing facilities in these 3 states? Does this new financial reporting requirement affect the specific products in your portfolio? The AI answers these questions by cross-referencing the update's metadata and content against your profile, assigning a relevance score. Updates that fall below a threshold are automatically filtered into a background log. Only the high-relevance items are pushed to your team. This is what filter noise and identify relevant updates specifically does. It starts with data ingestion from a vast array of trusted sources. This raw feed enters the system where the first step is parsing and structuring the data into a uniform format. Then, the core AI engine goes to work. It compares each update against your organizational profile. The software doesn't just say this is about data privacy. It says this new data privacy amendment in the European Union impacts your customer data processing for your software as a service product line and requires a review of your data transfer agreements within the next 6 months. It provides the what and the why it matters to you. Every action is logged in a secure audit trail showing the reasoning behind why an update was flagged or filtered. You can also run scenario modeling. What if we expand into a new state? The system can simulate the new regulatory landscape based on that hypothetical change, giving you foresight into future compliance workloads. Let me walk you through a hypothetical example. Imagine a mid-sized pharmaceutical company that manufactures in 2 countries and sells in 15. For profile in the system includes their manufacturing sites in Germany and Singapore, and their product portfolio, which includes both prescription drugs and medical devices. One day, 100 new regulatory updates are published globally. Among them is a new draft guidance from the Singapore Health Sciences Authority on stability testing for biologics and a new environmental regulation in Brazil concerning industrial wastewater. The AI model analyzes these. The Singapore guidance is flagged as high priority because it directly relates to a product type they manufacture at their Singapore facility. The Brazil regulation is filtered out because the company has no operations in Brazil. The compliance manager logs in and sees one critical alert, not 100. They have a clear, actionable item with context, saving perhaps 8 hours of manual review. For compliance and reporting, the system generates clear, stakeholder-ready reports. These reports don't just list updates. They explain the relevance and potential impact aligned with regulatory frameworks your auditors understand. This turns compliance data into strategic business intelligence. In closing, the key benefit is focus. Filter noise and identify relevant updates transforms regulatory monitoring from a chore of consumption into a discipline of strategic relevance. It protects you from risk by ensuring you never miss what's important, and it boosts efficiency by eliminating what's not. your team gains time, and your organization gains clarity.